Lucy Barber with that report. Looking back through the records will show you that in some areas this drought is likely to be one of the worst, while in other areas it's just the normal ebb and flow of life on a dry continent. So what causes some areas to miss out on rain? The ABC's meteorologist Graham Creed explains.
It won't be a shock for you to find out Australia is an island and we are surrounded by oceans. But it's the natural movement of warmer and cooler waters that can impact how much rain falls. On either side of the Big Island are two of our most important climate patterns. You've got the El Niño Southern Oscillation off the east, but off the west coast it's its counterpart, the Indian Ocean Dipole. And as moisture evaporates from the ocean, these climate patterns either funnel it toward or away from the mainland. Right now we have a positive Indian Ocean dipole, which means that less moisture is evaporating in cooler waters to our northwest, whilst the El Niño Southern Oscillation is currently neutral, and that means it won't influence the rain.
So for the rest of winter and spring, we are expecting a positive IOD event, and that means we're likely to see less August to October rainfall over Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria and southwest WA.
That's not the full picture, however. There are two other lesser-known features, the subtropical ridge and the southern annular mode. The subtropical ridge would typically drift over central Australia in winter, allowing cold fronts to cross the southern states, bringing rain with it. But over the last two seasons, that has sat much further south than usual, resulting in less rainfall across the southern half of the continent. The southern annular mode is a belt of westerly winds that drive rain and storm systems from west to east. In a positive phase of the southern annular mode, the strong winds contract much closer to Antarctica. That means less rain is hitting the continent from that system too. And that's been the case over the last 2 years.
We normally talk about the sort of roaring 40s, the weather systems that bring rain to the southern part of Australia, particularly Western Australia, South Australia and Victoria. And those roaring 40s have moved a little bit further south. They may be the roaring 42s now rather than the roaring 40s.
But is that just normal, or does it have anything to do with climate change?
What's happening in New South Wales and southern Queensland just seems to be unusual natural variability.
Now that might seem like luck of the draw, but it comes back to our main weather influences. Who sees drought and who experiences rainfall is often dictated by whether the climate patterns are in a dry or a wet phase and how many of them are in the same phase at the same time.
Graham Creed there. Well, all this week I'll be out on the road visiting